Yo, what's up, freaks and geeks? Ever since I was in the 4th grade, I've loved anime. Does that inherently make me a bad person? Yes.
My love for anime originally started watching whatever Naruto or Bleach episode my dad had recorded for the week. But the first anime I ever sought out and watched on my own free time was one called Shin-Chan, which was basically this adult animation about a little kid. And the only episode I even remember from that is the Star Wars parody where the lightsabers are penises. But then once I started wanting to know what I actually liked in anime, I went onto YouTube and just found whatever slice of life or horny action anime I could find. And those wholesome slice of life ones always stayed my favorite type. Even when I found some of my favorite anime, such as Gurren Lagann or One Piece, I was always brought right back in to the wholesome comedy romances. So from that point on, I just kept watching it. And the only thing that changed was where I watched it. Or, as of 2020, Reddit. No, I did not say Reddit as in wholesome Chungus moments, but as in manga. Does reading it inherently make me a worse person? Yes.
It started with the site Manga Kakarot, and eventually, after going from one site to the next, I landed on what would become my go-to, Manga Dex. With masterpieces galore, I decided to just start with whatever was the site's most popular. Skipping what I had already read, I landed on a harem manga called Pseudo harem. Now, something about me is, I hate most harem anime. The main character is always a dork who can't choose a girl till the last 3 chapters. If I wanted a story about someone almost kissing a girl for 3 years, I just remember my high school days. But what if the harem was just one girl?
Pseudo Harem was originally posted to the creator Yu Saito's Twitter account in June of 2018, but later got serialized in Shogakukan's monthly Shonen Sunday from January of 2019, finishing in March 2021 with a total of 6 volumes. The story is cut into 134-page chapters with an 18-page epilogue and a few bonus chapters sprinkled in between. From what I've seen, reception of Pseudo Harem is pretty high, at least high enough to get its own anime adaptation releasing in the next year, in 7th place out of 50 in the 2019 Next Manga Awards.
The story of Pseudo harem follows high school first year Rin Nanakura, the drama club's star actress, and second year Eiji Kitahama, a fellow member who does all the backstage work. From the very beginning, it's obvious that Rin likes Eiji, but not necessarily the other way around. It's obvious the two are close friends, but Eiji wants to be popular with women and have his own harem. So, what does Rin do to keep him around? Act like multiple women. Using her love and talent for acting, she pretends to be the 7 major types of women in harem stories. The cheeky devil, the little sister, the modest one, the tsundere, the spoiled one, and the cool one. Now, if you counted, that was only 6. The 7th was just so important that I had to talk about her separately. The 7th, and the winning personality is Rin. Yes, Rin herself, because she's the main heroine, duh. While she is in love with him from beginning to end, progress isn't really made on his part until chapter 63, where she asks him on a date after the school festival. But from there, it does skyrocket, going from us not even knowing Eiji's feelings, or neither knowing each other's feelings, to her straight confessing accidentally, and then not wanting that to be how they date, to them dating when Rin confesses and Eiji, not even letting her finish, jumps straight into replying. I truly think you could take any chapter in the entire manga and place it among my favorites, because even the lackluster ones only last 4 pages. But even among the greats, there are the stars. The first one I can remember being chapter 76, Farewell Party, which is all about Eiji joining the acting half of theater, memorizing his lines, just for Rin to come up during the actual show and throw him off his groove, telling him that she's ready to confess her feelings for real this time. Which is followed very shortly after by chapter 78, A Single Second,
which is where Rin confesses her feelings to Eiji, and he doesn't give her a second to reply. A single second. Next is not just a chapter, but a mini arc, from chapters 109 to 117. The multi-breakup arc. After giving Rin a birthday gift, and her becoming her spoiled character, he breaks up with her. Yes, Eiji breaks up with her. Spoiled Chan, and Devil, and Cool, and so on. All her characters were left because he wanted to be faithful to just Rin. But that's not how she saw it. So, she starts going into new details about her characters as to show that they are all her. She all loved the gift he gave to her. So when he leaves them and only stays with Rin, it hurts her. Because they're all her. The next arc technically starts at chapter 119 and goes till 130. But the important chapters are 120, 121, 128, and 129. 120 and 121, Cue Card and Message, are both about a short film about Eiji and Rin in their high school days. But why I love these chapters and say they're so interesting is that until reading for the umpteenth time, I had trouble telling exactly what was film and what wasn't. Especially in 121, where a play in the film has a cue card referencing the previous chapter, which was in the film. It has the cue card, Rin, and her thoughts. Yet, at the same time, there's a scene of Eiji and the old club president talking about the scene. Is that part of it or background of the scene? The confusion of the scene really does add something to it. It really just draws you in. While the last chapter, chapter 130, First Steps, is great and a fantastic way to end the story, the epilogue, chapter 131, Love, goes even further into the perfect range. Taking place 7 years in the future, 131 builds upon everything built until that point, with Eiji and Rin both reaching their dreams. But, unlike La La Land, their dreams and their love aren't mutually exclusive. So, they get both of their dreams, and he gets his request from 2 chapters previous fulfilled. And the entire manga ends on a silent 2-page spread, 7 panels total, of Rin and Eiji's wedding, with the only words being the card, Happy Wedding. I've only ever reread 4 manga in my life. One is considered to be one of the greatest of all time, being Komi Can't Communicate. One is a masterclass of small-scale world building, being Surei Children. One is considered an up-and-coming comedic genius of a story, being The 100 Girlfriends. And then there was this one. But I chose this one for my first scripted video because I wanted to show anyone who'd listen the subtle beauty of a pseudo harem.